So I just picked up this beautiful Raptor from Replay Sports in McKinney today. Let's see how this holds up into a 20-25 mile an hour headwind. That acted like there was absolutely no wind in the air. That's interesting. Let me compare that. Let's get into it. The first thing that caught my eye was this Captain's Raptor. Beautiful disc. This thing feels so overstable. I've not done a ton with Raptors at all, so it'd be a good comparison to how this flies to the rest of these discs. Let's get into it. Captain's Raptor first. I think it's going to just cut straight through the wind. Yeah, wind's pushing it down. Omen was pretty good. This is a nice pearly, flat Firebird. Like when you think Firebird, this is the disc. That's it's a good toss. Curious to see where that ends up. I do have this Proton Fireball. It's so stable though. Not a bad throw either. That was great. If I look at initial expectations, the Raptor is very overstable. It's also pretty gummy. It's not crazy stiff. So in the wind, you know, I do feel like it doesn't have as much strength, if you want to think of it like that, to fight some of the wind when it really wants to push it down, compared to like this Omen, which is very stiff. Just something to think about after the first throw. My other gummier Sexton Firebird also got kind of beat up in the wind. Partly my fault, but 260 feet on the first throw. It's like pretty much the exact distance I was looking for out of that disc. Pretty similar to the, you know, flat top Firebird, the Fireball, the Thrill. Yeah, interesting comparison so far. I guess I have a lot of Firebirds out. Omen, which, you know, from a comparison perspective, this is the same thing as, I want to say like the Flare, pretty much from Streamline, or if you want to go Mint, this is a Phoenix, or if you want to go Thought Space Athletics, this is an Omen. Those are basically all the same mold, in my opinion. I know the Omen and the Phoenix are the same mold, but you know, the Raptor's got a little bit higher of a shoulder maybe than some of these other ones, not as super flat as like my super beefy flat top FAF Firebird. So good comparison here. We're going to throw it now with the wind the other direction, but so far, like, I know I've thrown this into a headwind already, it did not get beat up at all, but in the crosswind it did get beat up a little bit. Let's go the other direction, slip around and throw some more shots. Well, we got the Omen. That's a good shot. Yeah, these are actually flying a little bit further than the other direction since that wind is giving it a little bit of an assistance. Let's go with the Fireball. See how I hit the bag? See that disc just really didn't change much trajectory or anything? It was in flight. It's almost like, and that was windy, it didn't really feel like the wind did a lot. Here's that Firebird. Okay, good line. That one did get a big wind pickup. A little bit further. Let's go with the Captain's Raptor next. This one, we have a left to right crosswind. Perfect line, but it's just, see how it just kind of jumped up and down a little bit in that wind? Great shot though. It's a really good shot. I believe that the stiffer the disc, the less it's going to be impacted by the wind. I don't know. That's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Curious to hear in the comments. Flat top max weight Firebird. I got it a little bit right of my target. A little bit behind the pin, not bad. Our fireball was the closest, followed closely by this cap wrap. This time we got it pin high. So I'm pushed a little bit further. This is gonna be that max weight flat top. Well, that's a big wind gust. Firebird, so pearly that is. There's the Omen again. Omen flew pretty far. It just cuts through the wind. The wind just doesn't get affected very much. Firebird flew again pretty far. These all went about 300 because we had the wind that was helping push it this way. So I'm just trying to gauge, like, where does this disc fit compared to these other discs that I've bagged. I know cap wrap so far, probably the best comparison I've found is the Axiom Firebird here, but it still tends to have a little bit more stability than this guy. So it's kind of like merging these two Firebirds together. It's not quite as flat top as the pearly one. Give you an idea here. See, it's got the raised shoulder above the wing, kind of like how this disc does, versus a flat top disc, especially with this Omen. Pretty much the most aggressive wing I know of in the 9-speed category, besides a tilt. So we're really checking right now to see how these are going to react with the big tailwind. And this one, again, so far from what I'm seeing, headwind did nothing to it. Crosswinds definitely felt like it moved it in the air a little bit more. No, didn't really affect it. I did just get that too far left. I mean, distance-wise, we're getting there. It's just beautiful disc. It's just a little too flexy, like compared to the flat top Firebird. It's only sitting here like 10 feet from the pin. Sexton's there. The lighter weight one, don't have to throw as hard to get there, which is nice. And the Omen has consistently performed well for me with the crazy overstable shot. I like this. So far, they're kind of like the same disc, except the Fireball I had, I use it for forehand and backhand. And I think these actually feel better backhand than forehand. So let's go throw these backhand now. Okay, we're 300 feet from the bag where I'm standing. Throwing into a headwind. This is exactly where I'm gonna use that overstable 9-speed slot. Definitely contender for the backhand shot here. Wind really didn't do anything to that disc. Just behind the bag. I'm gonna throw the Captain Raptor right after that Firebird because I think they're the most similar. I'm gonna see if I can hit that same tree line I was aiming at. I did. It just immediately pops over. It's a very stable disc. All right, let's try the other competitor here, which is a flat top classic Firebird. Oh, what a disc. The Thrill Axiom Firebird. It's a Halo Champion Glow Firebird, the flat top, the cap wrap. I mean, the nice thing about this cap wrap is it is going to take a lot of the ground impact. It's going to absorb some of the force. So it's something to consider. It's not going to skip quite as far, even though it did have a decent skip. Cap wrap. This one, 320, left to right, 20 miles an hour wind. I want this disc to actually expose the flight plate here with the wind and see how this flies with the crosswind. Last shot for the cap wrap. I mean, it didn't even want to. I mean, not a bad disc. I just surprised it didn't pop it up at all. It is very overstable. Like compared to the one that I think is the most like it. Yeah, really different flight. Oh yeah, that's fighting the wind hard. All right, let's review where we ended up. Again, this is the closest thing I can find to the cap wrap in something that you might know. It's kind of I'm conflicted. You know, like I really wanted this to get to 320. The thrill definitely made it that way. I think our best throw, of course, was this one with the lighter weight Firebird and our more overstable Firebird here at the flat top. Hit it off to the left. So let's talk. Cap wrap, very overstable. I mean, like it's obviously supposed to be more stable than the Raptor, which is maybe a touch less stable than a normal Firebird. But this is on the upper end of overstable discs. If you're looking for that and you want to complement your Raptor, that's great. You're going to need some higher arm speed, or if you're a lower arm speed player and you're playing a lot of headwind, this disc is not going to get phased by the wind. I mean, ultimately, I don't throw a lot of Discraft, like Raptors or anything. I've had plenty. The disc is just so cool looking. I think a lot of people are picking these up because it's back in the Z Swirl run, which is awesome. It's a really, really cool run. I think for me, this is a better backhand disc than forehand, which might shock a lot of people. But there's better options out there with overstable discs. Like, I can't kick the Omen out for this. It's just not going to happen. That's my most overstable forehand disc. This was the one that I was kind of competing with the backhand. So these two are kind of competing. It's just this one is, I got to beat this one in before it makes it to the bag. So this is going to go on the sidelines for me. Firebird is going to make the bag for backhands because it fits better for a backhand than it does for a forehand. The cap wrap is an awesome disc, don't get me wrong. I do think I just prefer the stiffer plastic, flatter for forehands, and it just doesn't have enough to kick out this 23 section Firebird. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're doing pretty great, you know, over 400 subs so far. Let's keep it going. Let's get to 1,000. See where else we can go. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. Let me know your thoughts on the Raptor down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.